What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. For those who don't know me, my name is Rachel, and today is a very exciting / important day. I am graduating. I am so excited. It's finally here. So basically, I'm just going to be getting ready while answering some questions. And if you're interested in that, then keep on watching. So before I start answering these questions, make sure to like, comment, or subscribe, and make sure to follow my socials. They will be in the description box. I'm gonna just do my brows off camera and then come back with my brows done and then answer the question. Okay, I'm back and I just did my brows and cleaned the bottom part because I still have to put on my base. But before I get onto my base, I will do my eyeshadow. The first question is, what do you regret the most throughout high school? I wouldn't say that I regret anything, like social-wise, because things happen for a reason. I mean, that's the way I see it. But I would say not taking honors classes in 9th grade or taking more advanced classes in 9th grade, because it would have helped me a lot, like, to prepare for the next year. I mean, I did well, but I wish I took honors classes. So the next question is, what was the hardest part of your senior year for you? I would say the hardest part was honestly college applications, because those are no joke. Like, people can always say, oh yeah, they're hard, they're easy, but there's no true manual on how college apps are. And I mean, I'm glad that I managed my time properly, but those were really, really hard and very time consuming. Another person asked, what was your hardest year? Definitely junior year. People normally say it's the hardest year, but like, nobody really empathizes until you really go through it. And yeah, junior year was my hardest year because it was online, first of all, and two, I took 5 AP classes. That was terrible. Like, it was really stressful. But yeah, another person asked me, since 9th grade, have you lost a lot of friends you have made? I wouldn't say I lost some friends, but it's more of like growing apart. Like, I would say the people from my friend group in 9th grade aren't the people that I normally hang out with. And people did tell me this when I was in 9th grade, but I didn't really believe it. But once 9th grade was over, I was like, yeah, they knew what they meant by what they said. Now it's time for the fun stuff, my eyeshadow. What is one thing from high school that you learned that will stick with you? I would say making a name for yourself and getting involved. That is one thing that really sticks with me, because that's how I built a lot of close friendships and good relationships with my teachers and staff in my school. My school is a very small school, but it's still easy to not do things and be involved, even though it's like a small school. But yeah, getting involved in activities really helped me set a name for myself. I hope it was a good name for the most part, but yeah, it really helped me set a name for myself because I was really involved. I did a lot of clubs. Like, I joined SGA, NHS, Class of 22 committee, what else? Morning announcements. So I did a whole lot. And this is not just like senior year. I'm talking about things that I've done since freshman year. And I've also sang different songs in front of the students in my school at times. So next question. If you could change one thing about your high school experience, what would it be and why? This is a really good question. I would say sometimes being a pushover, because I feel like it didn't really get me far, if that makes sense. Like, how people, how you could be a teacher's pet and that stuff, although that stuff is pretty good, and let's be realistic, in the real world, people don't really follow the rules. They just do things for their own self-gain. I mean, I'm glad I'm not selfish with some of the things I was doing, but yeah, that's what I would say, being a pushover and letting teachers, you know, because they know that I'm a goody two shoes, that they could just, some teachers can just talk anyhow to me. And I mean, now I know how to stick up for myself and defend myself, but earlier on in high school, I was a little bit of a pushover. So that is one thing I would change about myself. I want to use this palette, but I think I'm going to use this color. And I'm going to use a blending brush because, yeah. Next question, is dual enrollment worth it? Yes, yes, and yes. If you have the opportunity, if your high school has the opportunity for you to take dual enrollment classes, please take that advantage. Because one, it's really cheap compared to, like, you know, actually taking college classes. And it's really good. Like, it actually prepared me for college. I took 5 dual enrollment classes. You definitely don't need to take that much, but it's actually a great thing, because if you take certain classes and get certain amount of credits, then you can get your associate's degree, which is pretty good, because when you apply for a 4-year college, you will only need to do 2 years. You'll be a junior and a senior by the time you are at a 4-year. So yeah, if your school offers dual enrollment, definitely sign up for that. It's way better than AP classes, and I've taken 7 AP classes, but it's definitely better than APs because you actually get the credits. If you get a 4 or 5 on an AP test, you get the credit, but even then, some schools don't even offer the classes that you took, AP classes that you took. So I would just be safe and just, you know, do the dual enrollment classes. And they're not that hard. I mean, it really depends, but at least the community college in my county was pretty cool. Like, I feel like it helped me out a lot, and I'm ready for college. Any advice for any underclassmen? Of course. The advice I would give for underclassmen is to be involved. That's one thing. You know, it's really good, because one thing I noticed, like, a lot of people that didn't really participate and whatnot, they were kind of running helter-skelter when they were trying to put things down for their resume for college, and that's not one thing you want to do, because college applications are very stressful as it is, but if you were not really involved, then it's even more stressful. So I would say be involved. Also, manage your time well, because them assignments pile up. I mean, I don't know how it is in 9th grade, because in 9th grade, I mean, I do know how it is, because in 9th grade I barely did stuff, but I definitely, like, had to manage my time well when I had a lot of work in 10th grade. I mean, I didn't have so much work compared to, like, 12th and 11th grade in 10th grade, but it definitely was piling up. So learn how to manage your time, and also sleep well. Like, sleep is so important. Having 4 hours, 5 to 4 hours of sleep, sleeping at like 3 in the morning, doing nothing, it's actually bad for you. Like, yeah, sleep well. What was your hardest class? I would say, I'm still blending, but I like the way it's blending. You see how it, like, I don't know how to explain it. It looks so nice. My hardest class was Calc AB. That was a very, very, very hard class for no reason. Like, it was just a lot for me, because, you know, it's an AP class. First of all, it's AP Calc AB, and it was a lot of work, I'm not even gonna lie. Okay, so I'm gonna get a darker shade in my James Charles palette. It's basically this one, and I'm gonna put that on my outer corner. Scholarships, 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 and scholarships. That's not a question, but I guess you're asking if they're worth it. I'm just gonna assume if you're asking me if they're worth it, like insight on scholarships. So I didn't really take scholarships seriously until my junior and senior year, which is bad. I think you guys, if you're an underclassman, you should definitely consider doing scholarships. Even if you're a middle schooler watching, please apply for scholarships, because they definitely will add up, and it's pretty good to get. I would say, like, this year's scholarship applications were very rough, because I feel like this COVID period kind of decreased the amount of people getting scholarships. So yeah, scholarships, in my opinion, this year were a bit of a scam, because you won't really get them. You won't even hear back from them, and sometimes you have to write like essays. Like, I'm talking about essays that are like, what, 500 words, and like, they're not easy questions. And think about it, it's like 10,000 people applying for this, and they have to pick one, or I don't know, 5 if that's the case. Just be diligent about applying for scholarships. It's not a bad thing to start in whatever place you are. Even if you're a rising senior, I would still apply for scholarships. It's never too late. In fact, if you're a college student, I know many college students apply for scholarships and stuff like that. It's a good thing to do. But next question, did you ever want to drop out? Did I ever want to drop out? Yes, like not. I didn't necessarily want to drop out, but I was experiencing burnout, and it was just so annoying because like I just felt unmotivated at times. That's what I would like, I don't know. I didn't want to drop out. Like, of course I wanted to finish, but it's just, sometimes high school can be very stressful. Advice on balancing school and life outside of school. So basically all I'm gonna have to say is, you know your limit, know what you can do and what you can't do. If you know you have a 1,000 word essay that you need to finish in like 5 days, and you want to also go out to the party, let's be realistic. Do the essay, because finishing your work on time is always an accomplishment. You just feel free and a big weight is off your back. So I would say just know your priorities. Like, definitely don't just isolate yourself totally because you have so much work to do. It's definitely good to take breaks, especially if you feel like you've been working hard. Just take the opportunity to take breaks. But if you're a person that procrastinates a lot but also wants to like enjoy themselves, just kind of try to stay at home for events. It's not every event that you have to go to and whatnot. So yeah, just be diligent on your work, and at the same time, just, have fun. Honestly, it gets better. Like, I'm telling you, if you finish your work early, whatnot, then you feel like a big weight off your back. But if it's an unimportant party that, you're not really, like, it's not like it's a compulsory thing to do, then you don't have to go. Like, it's not every event that you have to go. So I'm not gonna talk for this because I need to really focus when I'm cutting my crease. So I am just gonna stay a bit silent while cutting my crease. I am just gonna take concealer a little bit. I don't even want to do too much because this concealer is very pigmented. I am so happy with how this is looking. Let me just reapply. Okay, so I am back and I finally cut my crease, and this is what I'm working with. I actually really like it. This is my first time using the e.l.f. concealer to cut my crease, and it's definitely more pigmented, so you only need a little bit and then you need to work your way up. What was your thoughts going into the year? Not gonna lie, I was very, very scared because, again, each year is a different theme. It's not a set manual on how your year is gonna go. I definitely had expectations for certain things to happen this year, but of course things can always change, which is totally fine. Change isn't always bad. It can be great. But yeah, like, a lot of, I guess, like, I was, nervous about college applications, but now that I've finished doing that, like, I was just like, bruh, I mean, it was stressful, don't get me wrong, but like, I'm like, bruh, what was I even stressing about? Like, it wasn't even that bad. I mean, it was bad, but like, it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. I was just scared that I would fail. But yeah, I mean, I was expecting to be closer with other people that I haven't spoken to because I left school in 10th, like the middle of my 10th grade year, and then we came back this year. So I was just expecting a lot of like new things to happen. Some of the expectations that I have when it came to like being close with people I didn't really think I would talk to, that's one thing, and I'm happy about that. Yeah, what was your overall experience of high school despite COVID? I would say my high school experience was good. Some parts were like but overall I would say it was good. COVID was a big downer, not gonna lie, because I was expecting more things to come. It was like, okay, so my 9th grade year was okay. My 10th grade year was really good. And I was just expecting to, level up since then, but then COVID hit and it kind of like changed plans. Overall, I made my experience. You make your experience. If you have a mentality that, oh, it's gonna be a bad experience, then it will most likely be a bad experience. You have to be optimistic, and that's what helped me survive high school. I was being optimistic. You can't let one bad thing or negative thing in your life determine what's gonna happen in the future. And that's how I think people should put that mindset when it comes to like navigating their way through high school and stuff like that. So I am using this Bye Bye Birdie palette by ColourPop, and I'm using this champagne shade right here. I love it. It's like my favorite shade ever. What is your biggest takeaway from your experience? And this person is talking about my high school experience. Same thing as I stated previously. I got involved, and that was a big takeaway for me. Like, I'm very happy I was involved because I've gotten things that I didn't expect to get. Like in 9th grade, I was a dreamer. Like I was hoping to get it, this, then the third. But you have to grow up and realize like, hey, it's not just gonna come to me. Like you actually have to do things to actually earn these things. And yeah, that was the biggest takeaway from me. You have to be the one to fight for yourself, because if you don't fight for yourself, then no one will. Were you prepared going into the year? Yes, I was prepared going into the year. So the classes that I took, they were not as much as previous years, but they were very, very hefty. So I was kind of getting ready for that. And yeah, that helped a lot. But and to an extent, I wasn't, because things did happen during my senior year. I mean, it's not entirely bad, but it wasn't what I was expecting. So yeah, I was definitely not prepared for that, but I was prepared on the academic aspect and college application aspect. Bruh, literally when I'm like back here, you can't see the justice that this glitter is doing. But when I'm close up, you see how, oh my gosh, I love the shade, bruh. I am not good at doing makeup while talking. Like, who said this was a good idea? Also, another thing I wasn't prepared on doing, because I know like during quarantine, if you really know me, I was always talking about how I would start a YouTube channel and all that, but to be honest, I really wasn't ready. So the fact that I started a YouTube channel, still, I'm so happy that I did. Because honestly, I thought I was not going to start this YouTube channel, and that it was just a wild dream. I'm gonna do my eyeliner off camera because I definitely don't want to mess that up. So when I'm done with that, I will go back to, I will apply my eyeliner first, and then I'll apply my lashes. And when I come back, I will answer some more questions, and we will focus on beating my face. I'm back with the lashes. My eyes are drooping down, and that's what I hate about lashes. Like, it weighs my eyes down. Next question. How does it feel knowing that you're not gonna see Khadijah's beautiful face in the morning? Bruh, Khadijah, I'm gonna miss you for real. I'm actually miss you. But yeah, Khadijah's one of my friends from school. I have oily skin, as you can see, all over my face. So I was taught a trick to use calamine lotion on my face to help set layer between my skin and foundation so that my skin does not make my face oily. So I'm just applying this around. What was your favorite grade? My favorite grade was 9th grade, I'm gonna be real. I mean, 9th and 12th grade. I liked this year actually, but yeah, 9th is my favorite year because I didn't do much work. I was just doing my own thing. I was free. Again, I didn't have work, so it was good for me. And also, if you didn't know, my high school is a charter school, and it starts from grades 6 through 12. So I came in a little bit later. I came in the 9th grade, so it was a different environment and a huge adjustment for me, but being in a small school was good for me because I didn't really like my middle school as much since it was big, and you know, middle school overall sucks. Are you gonna miss high school, and is high school hard? To a certain extent, I will miss some parts of high school. I'm not gonna lie and say that I'm gonna miss everything about high school, because that's just not realistic. But I'm gonna miss some parts. Like, I'll miss some teachers, I'll miss some things I have with my friends, I'll miss the inside jokes that were made for the past 4 years. I'm gonna just miss those little things, small things. And is high school hard? High school, I mean, it's hard if you don't do your work. Like, again, I'm gonna just re-emphasize this, but you have to be the one to fight for yourself, because no one else is gonna do it for you. It really prepares you for college when you know what you want to do. You don't have to have like a set goal, but you should make your life easier by, you know, being the one that fights for yourself. And also, like, get out of your comfort zone. I feel like some people just stick with the friends that they grew up with, but yeah, I would say get out of your comfort zone and like make the effort of hanging out with people you normally wouldn't hang out with, because it helped me. I was literally talking this whole time and I was not even recording it. I'm gonna go on to the next question. Is there any regrets? I would say for the most part, no, because things always happen for a reason. And it, you know, some things that were unfortunate helped me build myself up to the person that I am today. So I would say I don't have any regrets other than being more involved in 9th grade and also not worrying as much, because I know in 9th grade I was a bit worried on how my future was gonna hold, but honestly, I've been doing just fine. Was getting into college hard? Yes and no. It really depends on the school. I mean, the hardest part of my application process was being creative for essays, or yeah, being creative while writing essays, because that is never easy. It's always a challenge, because think about it. Someone's gonna write, let's say, for example, I'm writing about, I don't know, being Black in America. Like, do you know how many Black applicants will write about being Black in America? So you have to make your personal statement and supplements stand out. They really just want to know who you are. I wouldn't totally trauma dump, because that joint does not work all the time. But yeah, just be yourself while you're applying to college. First, I would say just write things that are interesting, that you think would be good for college apps, and then go from there. This is the last question, by the way. Who is your favorite teacher? Best teacher, rather. I would say I've had a lot of teachers influence me for the best in the past. And by all means, this is not just, you know, just to do it in spite of anybody, but I would say my best teacher would be my 3rd grade teacher. And that is because she was really nice, and she really like inspired me to be who I am today. So yeah, that is it with the questions. I'm going to be back when I, you know, wear my dress and whatnot. Oh, this is my finished product. I want to show you my dress. So this is my dress, her period. I am about to graduate. I am so excited. But yeah, if you reached this point, thank you guys for watching. It is very appreciative. Again, please don't forget to like, comment, or subscribe if you like, and continue to follow me on my social medias. But yeah, that's all. Bye.